health. Have you heard of Oleocanthal? It wasn't too long ago that I actually heard this term for the very first time, and I had heard about some medicinal uses that seemed so amazing. I wanted to dig in and find out all I could. Oleocanthal is one of the molecules that is present in olive oil, but not all olive oils are the same as far as the measurement and actually getting that medicinal dose. So I thought, who better than to talk about this subject than someone who actually owns an olive oil company. I want to thank everyone for tuning into my channel, and I have the privilege of sitting here today with Sandy Byrne, who is the owner of Palmetto Olive Oil Company. This is not sponsored. Anyone that knows me knows how much I love this olive oil and vinegar. That's all I put on my salad, and I really mean that. That is all I put on my salad because it has so much flavor, but then the backstory is that it is so healthy with polyphenols, major antioxidants. So tell us a little bit about what is new.
So there have been some great strides in how the olives are crushed to prevent oxidation while they're in the malaxer, and that has ended up giving us a much healthier olive oil with a higher phenol count, and it helps to preserve the oleocanthal phenols. A lot of things go into having a high phenol count in the olive oil. First of all, freshness is very important. So we actually get our olive oil from different countries throughout the year based on growing seasons. If you always want an Italian olive oil, 6 months out of the year you could be getting a fresher olive oil if you were to order or buy your olive oil that came from like Australia or South Africa or Tunisia. So it's really important that the olive oil is fresh, but it's also very important that it's the early harvest. All the health benefits and flavor are in the green olives.
Some of the things that we are hearing that there's actual science backing this up, they are studying this like crazy because it's amazing, is the fact that it actually acts like ibuprofen in its anti-inflammatory properties. And so that is addressing degenerative diseases, which would be Alzheimer's and dementia. They actually have studied areas where people were on the Mediterranean diet and had oleocanthal on their salads, and they're cooking with it, sauteing with it, and there is not Alzheimer's or dementia at all. I mean, that's pretty profound.
I know.
So not only that, they are finding some studies that are showing that cancer is not metastasizing. It is actually stopping it from doubling. And in some cases, it is stopping it completely. So it's actually toxic to the cancer cell. It gets in there and actually shuts it down.
It's kind of incredible, isn't it?
It is. So that dose would be a little bit higher. So they're saying that a preventative dose is between 1 to 2 tablespoons a day. But if you are trying to heal, then some people are doing up to 5 tablespoons a day.
We definitely have customers who use a shot glass, and they drink a shot.
So something similar to this,
yes,
would be used.
Yes.
Okay.
And they drink a shot every day. Some for preventative reasons, and some because they already have a lot of issues. A few because their doctors have sent them in to get it, which is very refreshing to see a doctor suggesting food as medicine over pharmaceuticals.
Absolutely.
But of course, not as much as it would be nice.
Yeah, well, we've got the health coaches pushing it, so because food does heal, and it was our first line of medicine and the most valued a long time ago. So we're bringing it back. We are bringing it back. So they're finding benefits for it actually helping with osteoarthritis, osteoporosis as well. So anything that is linked to degeneration. I think there were 5 different cancers that they had talked about. One of them was prostate, another one was melanoma. There's a lot of misinformation out there, and there are people that don't use oils at all because they think that they are bad for us. But studies are proving otherwise, and what it depends on is the type of oil that you're using. If you're using canola, if you are using seed oils that aren't processed properly, like these are literally toxic, and they are actually causing a very negative response in the body. But this is why I have gone straight to Palmetto olive oil because I don't have to worry about it because she did the research.
The difference between our olive oil and a grocery store olive oil is that we always crush the olives when they're green. The early harvest is when you get the most flavor. That's when you get all the health benefits. They're also picked by a special machine that has little fingers that just gently pull the olives, and then there's nets underneath that catch the olives so they don't get bruised. It's very important how they're picked. Then they're crushed within 4 hours on the same property that they grew on. It's the commercial companies pick the olives with big machines. They pick the very ripe black olives that have lots of liquid in them, but it's not your healthy oleocanthals that they're getting. Then they rail cart them to some place and collect them all from all different areas, and then they're crushed together. So the olives are getting bruised in the transport. So there's a lot of things that go into the difference between good olive oil and just commercial olive oil. And that's why you pay a little bit more for it. Actually, the last time I was in a grocery store, I was looking at olive oil, which I hadn't looked at for quite a few years, and their prices are catching up to ours. And there's not the quality there.
Right. And so we did do another video, which I will link, where we talk more in depth about the differences because there's even a bigger story to that. You can click on that right here. I honestly put it in my supplement category when I am purchasing things because there are certain supplements that I'm not going to go without. And because it is so nutritive, it is a supplement. And so I'm getting bang for my buck because it's, I'm cooking with it, but it's also filling that void of certain supplements that maybe you wouldn't have gotten in the first place, especially with all of the other phenols that are listed in there, which we cannot go without talking about because they are very important as well. And so olive oil can help with high blood pressure. It can help with shut down cardiovascular disease, obviously when paired with a healthy diet, and the list goes on and on.
I mean, even for your skin, we have had a radiologist send their patients in who were having radiation treatments, and it's so harsh on their skin, and it's really helped with that too.
I make lotion bars, and that might be the next thing I add in. Yeah. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
That would be really exciting because I'm in this anti-aging game, and I plan on winning.
Well, you're doing good. You're doing great.
Thank you. So some of the places that I found some information just to kind of back up what we're saying was the National Library of Medicine, Life Extension magazine actually had an entire article about the oleocanthal, and you can look that up. It was exciting, all of the things that I could find to actually verify the truth here and just making it more exciting.
In ours, the company that we buy from, Veronica Foods, they actually do the chemistry, and we have the chemistry posted on all of our olive oils, so you can see exactly how many phenols are in it, when it was crushed. So that would be the way for ours, but do you want to talk about if it's not something that you can actually see the chemistry on?
Yeah, so we can't really smell it, we can't really see it. We do get a response if it is a high oleocanthal count, and that is the cough. And 1 cough is good, and 2 coughs is great. So I think that we should take a little taste.
And I'll just add one little thing. When they actually do the competitions to award the medals to the olive oils, in the descriptors that the judges do, they'll say it's a 1 cougher or a 2 cougher.
That's great.
So that's actually, and we do have that information in the store.
We're going to do a little toast. I feel like I'm taking communion right now. Oops, I got more than you. This is our dose for the day.
Can you do this all in one shot?
I'm gonna.
I can't do it all in one shot because...
We're gonna see what I can do. But I think we need to give it a little toast.
Right. Here we go.
Here's to health. First, I can feel the peppery. And what's so funny is this is not rehearsed. It is legit and real.
It is.
But honestly, I don't mind the flavor. And once you get past that cough, like, it's gone. That was one of the things that I did find in the studies, is that this doesn't go any further than right here as far as that cough. It's not disrupting our lung pathways, and nothing like that. It's just
and
that
it's
first
not,
response.
and it's not uncontrollable. It doesn't
Exactly.
become uncontrollable. It's not like you can't stop coughing.
Right, it goes away very quickly. And I would not mind dipping my bread in it, honestly, because I actually enjoy the flavor, but I have worked up to this. So all of your olive oils have at least 100 polyphenols. Is that right in the count?
Closer to 2.
Closer to 200.
At least 200.
And so we're already starting out really well, and then soaring high once we get into
the extra virgins that are from different countries. But one thing to note is that a grocery store olive oil, and I hate to keep knocking grocery store olive oils,
but we need to know.
It's what most people are using, and so it's what we need to compare it to. A grocery store olive oil has between 15 and 30 phenols, compared to ours that are 200, and then sometimes upwards of 1,000. So you're kind of kidding yourself if you're eating grocery store olive oil and thinking that you're going to get these results.
Yes. Yeah. So in life, what I find is the majority, that is the story for many different aspects. They're taking a Walmart supplement and wondering why they're not getting results, and then they blame it on the supplement, but it was the quality. They're taking the olive oil and they're not getting results, but it was the quality. And so that's why it's so important, and that's one of the reasons why we are doing this video today. But you don't just have to take a shot. You can also drizzle it on your salad.
Absolutely. This would be delicious on a caprese salad, or just, you could just put it on your food. And honestly, if you were having trouble with the cough, you could just saturate a piece of bread and you won't get a cough at all.
Nice to know. Good to
I
know.
don't get a cough.
Okay.
If I use something like that, or that's what I use for people.
And also, the oleocanthal is showing in studies that it is not near as heat sensitive. And so you had a really good suggestion, which is what I do when I saute with my olive oil, and I do, is you go ahead and heat up your pan, then put your olive oil in right before you're ready to cook, and so it's not exposed to heat near as long. Then you go ahead and saute your chicken or whatever you're doing. And then also in the oven, they have tested that as well with baking, and they have found that it's only burning off a little bit. So yes, you are losing some, but you're not losing half. You're not losing a ton.
Right, and if you're starting with a big number, you're in good shape.
Exactly.
You're starting with a really low number to start with, and you're burning off some of them.
Yes. We also have another video that I show you right here where we're in the kitchen and we're doing really good things with it as well. We do adult grilled cheese, we do a salmon dish, and then I think we did a dessert as well. It's been a little bit, but go check out that video for some amazing recipes, because I do not eat fish, but her salmon I could eat. It was just so delicious with that maple
balsamic vinegar. Yeah.
And did you have any?
I think we used the butter olive oil.
Yes, that was the combination, because she left me with some so I could use it on my own. It was amazing. So anyways, I want to thank you so much for taking out this time, and thank you guys for watching. If you would like and subscribe, hit that bell for more, and please leave a comment. I want to hear from you. Do you know about oleocanthal? Is this new for you? Do you understand the value of polyphenols? What are some of the top-notch things that you are doing for your health that you have actually noticed that make a difference? Share with us, let us know, because we are here to help each other. You guys have a great day.
The difference between our olive oil and like olive oil that a grocery store would have is that we crush the early harvest grapes.
That might be a blooper.